This is a Mustang Mach E, and I'm going to show you the infotainment system. Now, this system is very unique. It runs on a 15.5-inch display, which is vertical, and it runs on Ford's latest sync system, and it's a very good infotainment system. We can start off here just by looking at it here and seeing we've got wireless Android Auto and wireless Apple CarPlay, and you can see here by looking at the display, you've got a nice big display. You can see exactly everything that you'd want to see, maps, all your apps, and because it's a touch screen, you have an even easier time controlling it and indeed typing stuff if you need to when stationary. And we can adjust how much screen space it takes up by pressing that little button there. And then you can see we've got options here, suggestions that Ford thinks we might like to use. So we've got our navigation, last place we came from, our tire pressure, our Bluetooth, our audio, DAB digital radio, our trip information, how long the trip has been going, how much power we've used, connecting Apple CarPlay. It's a very intuitive system. If we go to the main screen here by pressing the button at the top, we have our overview, radio, phone, navigation, tire pressure, trip, owner's manual, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and Bluetooth to my phone. Now we can go into radio, and we'll turn down the volume here, and then this will open up radio, and we can use this cool volume knob, which I really like, which looks very high quality and makes it much easier to adjust the volume rather than just touchscreen buttons. And you can see here we're on DAB, digital radio, but we also have FM and AM, and we have traffic announcements, and we can search, we can scroll and move forward. And we can also see our presets underneath here, and we can tap on them to drag them up and down. So that's pretty easy. Because of this large touchscreen, everything is really easy to find and navigate through, which is a big thing, which makes it a lot easier to use. We can go back to here, and we have suggestions. These suggestions at the top are really handy, and they make it really easy to choose what to do, and it uses AI to predict what you might want. So saying I'm driving along, my charge is getting low and I want to find a charger. Obviously the navigation would tell me anyway, but if I'm not in the navigation, what I can do is I can click on next EV charge, and then it will show me the nearest EV chargers to where I am. And that's pretty easy to use, and with a nice big screen, and it will tell me how far it is to get to, and then I can just press go. Very easy. Or I can search for specific charging stations, such as, for example, if I want to look for Ionity charging, I can do that. And then now we can see where the nearest Ionity chargers are, and I can tap on it and it will show us. So I really like this. Its size, the scale of this display is very good. We can also browse for points of interest. We can look for our recents, and we can go to our favorite stuff that we've saved, places we want to go to. So very easy to use. At the bottom here, we've got, again, these suggestions. Do I want to jump back into Android Auto? Absolutely. Press the button, I'm back in Android Auto. Do I want to see my tire pressures? It was actually showing it at the bottom there, but now I can go in and see my tire pressures. Do I want to go and see this trip? I can tap on it. And again, these little widgets at the bottom are showing me information anyway, but it's giving me the ability to move it onto the big screen if I want to do that. And it's showing me my journey, my trip. It's showing me my driving, how I'm driving to save charge. It shows me, what's using the power, and I can see it all here. I mean, very easy and simple to use. I have to be honest, I like this a lot. I like this a lot. And that's basically it. I mean, as far as that, the suggestions and accessing the media is very simple. Now, if we tap on the car at the top, we can then go into car modes. We're in drive modes now, and you can go for whisper, active, untamed. And if I tap on untamed, it will go into that, but I'm not driving, so it won't do much. I can turn on one pedal drive, and if I tap on one pedal drive, it'll tell me what that means. And I can tap on the propulsion sound, which I like. I like the sound that cars make, because I think electric cars should make noise so that people know they're there, especially when you're in the countryside like me. I can go into my individual settings, and I can go into sound, and I can adjust focus of the sound, whether it's front or the back and the bass. I can adjust my phone list. I can adjust my charge information, set a charge schedule, departure. I can do my personal profiles, where I can link my key fob and it will automatically remember my settings. And I can go into my driver assistance settings. So again, I can turn on the adaptive cruise control, intelligent cruise control, which will basically adjust it automatically and keep me in the middle of the lane. I can adjust the tolerance as well on here. So, it keeps me within a certain limit of the speed limit. Lane keeping assist, I can turn it on, but I can adjust all these things. Very easy to use. Alerts you of blind spots, and it gives you a nice big display which shows you an image of what's going on. It's really easy to use. I really like this. Auto hold, yes please. So when we stop it, auto hold, although with one pedal driving it probably won't do anything. And then we go into our vehicle settings. We can see how long it takes to power down. We can adjust our key, our lighting, We can adjust it inside, outside, change the country left to right. So it's got all of this information in here. It's just so easy to navigate through. Here we go, changing the units, changing the instrument cluster mode so it can be light, dark, is now light. And again, I can do it here auto, so this will change to dark if I want it to change to dark. Or to auto, I think that looks better in white. In all honesty, I think this looks better in white. I know I wasn't a huge fan of the white display on the Ioniq 5. I didn't think that really suited it. I don't know why, maybe it's because it's got a black bezel, but I just think that looks better on here. We can see our connectivity, Bluetooth, wireless app projection, which is obviously Android Auto right now, and the phone's connected to that. We can see our system updates, where we'll have updates, our mobile apps as well, which we can update. It's just super, super simple to use, and then we can go back to Android Auto like this, and go back to our music that we were listening to. Now, the last thing worth mentioning here is at the bottom here is our climate control. So we can turn the seat on and off as far as the heating goes, and we can drag it up and down like that to adjust the heat. Same thing with the heated steering wheel. I can turn it on and off on here. Our fan speed, and again, I can turn it up and down like that. I really like how this works. Or I can hit auto and adjust the speed, and then I can turn on the front and rear demisting, and it will show me a little picture here so I can see what is doing what and where the air is going, and that will turn on the rear demisting. So I really, really like this. I really, really like this. And then the other thing too is I can turn off the audio by tapping this button here. So I really, really like this. I think this is very, very cool, and it's definitely something which Ford have done a really good job with the infotainment system. Let's look at the steering wheel. So we've got our steering wheel here, and we've got our controls for our cruise control, setting it, adjusting the distance and turning on the lane assist. And then on this side we have our volume up and down, our skip tracks, and our phone hang up button and our voice control button. Obviously got the Mustang logo in the middle here. And then up here we have our central display in front of the driver. Now this is very, very simple. It's a nice little slither of a screen. It's a few inches across, and it shows all the information you need: your speed, your ground speed even, your gear, the speed limit, your range, and your battery, and then any other notifications you need at the bottom. It's very simple to use and very, very basic, but it looks very nice and it works very well. And just like the main screen, it's very sharp. You can see the resolution is fantastically, fantastically sharp. I hope you enjoyed and found this video useful on the infotainment system on the Mustang Mach E. It's a very cool system. Check out this car because I think it's definitely worth looking at if you're looking for an electric vehicle. Please give me a like if you found it useful, and subscribe for more on Tech in the Car.